So doing a short sequence to help any back pain, we'll start on the wall and use the wall. And from here, let's just start to rock on the pelvis. So before doing anything, just forward and back, rocking. And then once you are comfortable with forward and back, now see if you can go in clockwise direction. And then counterclockwise. And just notice how you're feeling. Okay, and then come to a still point. Press your feet into the wall. And we'll do a rolling bridge. Inhale, reaching your arms overhead. Slight engagement of the glutes. And on your way back down, engage Mula and Uddiyana. Transverse abdominis. And rolling. And you can keep your arms overhead or you can bring the arms up and down. Inhale. Nice and slow, like you're touching on each vertebra. Find the top and then exhale to slowly release one at a time. Resting the sacrum back on the ground. Let's do it one more. Just think to yourself, how slow can I go? Okay, from here, right ankle across left knee. And use the right hand to press the right knee away. And dorsiflex the right ankle. And put some pressure into the left foot as well against the wall. And release. Switch sides. Trying to reduce the curvature of the low back by lengthening. Press into the right foot now against the wall. And release. The legs down, turn to the side, come onto your left forearm. Right? And from here, right hand can come down and you can just lift the hips up. You can keep the knees bent here. Lift the hips up. Engage Mula Bandha. And exhale down. And we'll just do that 5 times. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Your feet can also kind of pin up against the wall too if you want to continue to utilize that. Twice more. And as you come down, see if you can lengthen the tailbone. Again. And then spin around and do the other side. So working internal, external obliques for abdominals. Knees bent. Two. 3. 4. And 5. Good. From here, let's keep the feet together and just open the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Squeezing the inner ankles together. Open up the knees. 1, 2. So we're getting the glute medius here. And the glute medius is a stabilizer for the hips. So you could probably start to feel it there in the side already. Okay. From here, let's come to sit up, right against the wall. Press our hands down. And if you have a straight wall behind you, pressing your head back into the wall will also help. Pressing the heels down, back of the knees down, just really working on that axial extension. And releasing that. Crossing your legs and coming into downward facing dog. But this time, if you're against the wall, your heels are going to come onto the wall. Balls of the feet down, and make sure the knees are bent. You can see how that supports the lift of the pelvis, and see if you can still anchor and lengthen through the tailbone. Now shift the heels over to the left. You can keep them on the wall. You'll notice you get that QL stretch on the side, and then over to the other side. And both heels come down as you walk your hands back. And from here, we'll sit against the wall, take the block between our thighs, squeeze the block as we slowly roll up. Another option might be to halfway lift and then rise, depending on what's comfortable there. And as we lean back, we'll start to bend the knees and sit against the wall in chair pose. This wall is a little inclined. Hopefully you have a nice straight wall at home. And just squeezing the thighs into the block. Breathing here. Release the block. And we'll move warrior two. As we come into warrior two, the outer edge of your foot is going to press against the back of the wall. So your choice, if you experience back pain, if it's compression and tightness, your front leg will press away from the back leg. If you're hypermobile, you'll need to draw everything in towards the center. So you'll draw your feet towards each other. So you choose as you extend the arms. And then just step forward. Step the opposite foot back, right against the wall, bending into the knee. Right, your hands can stay right on the hips for a modification, or maybe you want to extend the arms. I did that on the first side, so I'll just keep my hands on the hips the second side to demonstrate. Good. Keep thinking lengthening of the tailbone. So you can also place one hand behind, one hand in front as the lower belly comes in. We're not tucking the tailbone, we're anchoring the tailbone. There's a difference there. One will be a rounding, that's tuck. The other one will be a lengthening. So lengthen. Good. And we'll come back down to the ground. Let's go into boat pose. So option again to put a block there. We can start to extend one foot and then the other foot. Activating the core again. Yeah, or just play around here. Finding stability. From here, remove that. Cross the ankles underneath the knees as you cross the shins. And coming down onto a block perhaps, and we're really working on lengthening out through the low back. I like to turn my palms up here. Then coming up. And just bring your hand to the side and left arm comes up and over. Option to take the hand to the back of your head and just press the back of your head into the hand. And just changing sides. Targeting the quadratus lumborum here. And inhaling, coming back up. We'll come down onto our backs again. We'll take supported bridge. So find a level of the block that's comfortable, place it underneath your sacrum, and then hug the right knee into the chest. And now we'll target the psoas muscle. Left heel comes down to the ground. And then switch, right foot down, left knee in. Right leg option to extend. And maybe the heel floats a couple inches off the ground, or maybe it touches the ground. And releasing. Press both feet down, lift and remove the block, and slowly lower. You can just roll onto your belly. And top of the feet down. You're going to interlace your hands behind your head. And we inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, lower. Engaging erector spinae, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Bring your hands down beside you. Bring your chin to the mat, and inhale, lift the right leg up and back, internally rotating. And then exhale down. Inhale, left leg extends and up. And exhale. Now both feet at once. Inhale. And exhale. And now chest and legs. Press down into your hands and lift. And exhale to release. Okay. Time for our Shavasana with legs up the wall. And here, so we're not really worried about getting inversion. If we were, we could just pop our hips up onto the block or a bolster. Feels nice too. Get that support. Instead of your legs being straight against the wall, you actually want them at a little bit of an angle. And that's so that the knees don't hyperextend. So I'll get myself a little bit closer and still stay on an angle. And you can take one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and we'll just take a nice rejuvenating legs up the wall, Shavasana. And with a short sequence like this, maybe 5 minutes, legs up the wall. And you can honestly stay in this pose for as long as you want. But if you're moving along with me, bend your knees, take your feet to the wall again. Gently lift off the block. Exhale to lower. And take your knees to the left and sit up. And if you're still on the wall, wherever you are, you're going to pin your back against the wall, head against the wall, and find length in your spine, or notice the length in your spine. So sits bones root down and crown of the head lifts nice and tall. Bring a gentle smile to the face as you draw your palms together. Namaste.